Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren recently introduced her Ultra Millionaire Tax Act, which would impose a 2% tax on any American's net worth over $50 million. So to just break it down real quick so everybody understands, if your net worth was, say, $150 million, that extra $100 million over 50 would be taxed at 2%, so you would end up paying $2 million extra in taxes per year. It's not just a one-time thing. This is excess net worth. And I have to tell you that this is a long overdue necessity here in the United States, as we have sat by and watched over the last 45 years as the income gap, the gap between the haves and the have-nots, has only gotten wider. We're still in a pandemic during which the richest Americans actually added to their wealth. More than $1 trillion split between the billionaires here in the United States, as millions of people lost their jobs, millions unable to pay rent. We're facing an eviction crisis here in the United States, and the rich keep getting richer. And it's time for them to pay a little bit more. We're not talking about sending them to the poorhouse with these taxes. We're not talking about raising taxes on people who are just average everyday workers. This is people who hoard wealth. And yes, study after study shows that that is what's happening. The wealthiest Americans are sitting on trillions of dollars, and corporations, by the way, sitting on trillions of dollars of cash reserves. They're not spending it, they're not investing it, they're not using it to make the country better. They're sitting on it. It's either locked up in their bank accounts here, some of it is in offshore tax havens, whatever it is. That money is not benefiting anyone here in the United States other than the millionaire or billionaire who has control over it. Elizabeth Warren and several other Democrats, including Bernie Sanders, they do want to put an end to that, but that's not even what this bill does. All this bill says is you got to pay a little bit of that to the government, because we need to be able to help people. We need to be able to have the money to do what's necessary when it's time to do it. You know, like when we're in the middle of a pandemic and Republicans are saying, we can't afford stimulus. Then tax your friends. Tax yourselves. Most of them are millionaires anyway. And that's what needs to happen. This Ultra Millionaire Tax Act is long overdue. And unfortunately, I don't have high hopes that it's going to pass, because obviously Republicans are going to filibuster it. And even if they didn't, I don't even know that you could get some of the more conservative Democrats to vote for it. But at least it's out there. And when the vote finally comes on it, we get to see where people stand. And at that point, it's on to the public to do the right thing in the next election and get these millionaire protecting members of Congress out of office.